paste on this one.
You might have to log into it and see it.
I don't need to do that shit.
Okay, here we go. First of all, I want to thank everybody that joined in last week for the beta test run. As you can see, the video should be way better. Uh, Actually, I had to spend a couple dollars. Anyway, well, Matt Hardy burns money, so I can spend it. It works out. But thanks everybody that joined in last week. Welcome to the very first episode, the first edition of Highway to Helms. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. The main two things we're going to talk about this week: UFC 119, what went down, what happened, what disappointed me greatly. We're going to talk about the death of boxing. Is it dying? Is it still surviving? Is it trying to stay alive? What's going to happen? We don't know. I am your host. I'm Gregory Shane Helms, the GS Helms, Hurricane Helms, Sugar Shane Helms, man of many names. Along with me are my hosts, right to my host. I'm the host, so you're my host.
Yeah, I'm your host.
To my left, we got the MG, Champagne. First name Sham.
Last name Payne.
Right to his left, we got Sergeant First Class David Clutter, aka Chemo. These are two of my very best friends, and we're gonna do this every week right here on Justin.tv/GeekWeek. This is the Fighting Geek. This is Highway to Helms. And guys, tell me about your weekend. Anything good happen?
Man, I'll tell you about my weekend.
Did this involve debauchery? Because I don't think we can start off with debauchery.
Well,
we got to work our way into debauchery.
I'll say this first. I was gonna go to see. Well, I did go see the fights. The UFC fight was on at a sports pub in my hometown, Southern Pines, North Cackalack, and I got home, took a nap, get ready to go out. Man, I had a fever, I had diarrhea, and I had.
Okay, this is the end of the show.
I was like, what?
No, I just want to get into this so you know
Just
what
say
happened.
I wasn't
when you ask me
feeling
about
very
the
well.
fight later.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I go to the place. I couldn't stay for the fight, so I didn't see the UFC fight. So if you ask me about the fight, I don't know nothing about the fight this week because
Okay.
I could not stay for the fight. Had a little emergency. I had to leave. You understand?
Okay.
And I went to a wedding Sunday, Myrtle Beach, and the great Russian bear Ivan Koloff was the preacher.
No way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had to take my hat off.
My man got married by Ivan Koloff. I thought that was awesome. And the Russian bear, he's still kicking, man.
If you don't know who the Russian bear Ivan Koloff, please Google it. He's a legend in
If you
pro
don't
wrestling.
know it, you're dead to me.
You're dead to me. And he will marry you if you need to.
I mean, not marry you
person.
personally, but I mean,
was he carrying his chain that he always brings with him?
No, he didn't. He didn't wear that at the
He
wedding.
should have had his chain with a ball on the end of it.
He had his chain with a Bible on the end of it, man. That's crazy.
A Bible on one end and a ball on the other.
Yeah, he slapped.
He was actually a little known fact, I guess. Before I actually started pro wrestling, when I was 15 years old, I was a referee with no credentials whatsoever. And one of the first big stars I ever refereed a match was with Ivan Koloff.
Yeah.
I was
that
really.
Was when he was like 70.
Yeah, he's been around for a long
he's
time,
been there
man.
for a while, man.
Yeah, he was a super nice guy. I didn't know he was. I think I do knew that he was a minister, but he did the ceremony.
He did the ceremony, man. It started raining. He was getting wet, man, and we had to do it on the balcony. We were going to do it on the beach, and it started raining, so we did it on the balcony of the penthouse. But still, he was getting wet, soaked, man. But
how old were the people that got married?
Sean's about 36, 37. And
that's a good age to get married.
Yeah, it is. So,
now you had a show. You had a show this weekend. Right?
Actually, yes, I did. I had a show for UWC in Greenville, North Carolina.
ECU territory.
Yeah.
Shout out to Heather A. You know who you are.
But it was a lot of fun. It was a good turnout for the first time being there. They haven't done a live show there in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was an outside show, which I got ribbed myself. He did tell me that. I show up all nice, wearing my nice shirt and blue jeans and everything, and it's an outside fairgrounds, and I'm just like sweating balls.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, he got me.
Look classy,
they got me.
man.
But I look good.
You look good.
I look good. Represent like the way you're supposed to show up. Not tank top and shorts and some flip flops.
My daddy, what? My daddy always told me to look good.
Yeah.
And as you can see,
still
what are we looking at?
Thank you.
I like the ring, maybe.
Yeah, you know.
That's a main thing I think in our business. Not the biz cash that the insiders know exactly what I'm talking about. The biz casual that we all had to do for a long time. But sometimes it's not exactly what you do; it's how good you look doing it. That's the key, I think, to most everything in life.
Yep.
Presentation is a big part of the package.
Presentation is a big deal, man.
It did actually. It was a pretty funny story talking about presentation.
Who'd you grapple with?
Dustin Tarr.
No idea.
No, You wouldn't know him, but he's a good kid.
Good upcoming kid.
Yeah, he dropped like 50 pounds to wrestle. It's a funny story about this. He came up to me. Don't ask me. I don't know why he asked me. I have no idea why. But he's like, Chemo. I want to get in better shape. What's the fastest way to get in better shape? And I'm like, do you want the truth or do you want me to lie? And he's like, no, I can take it. I said, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I can take it. I said, your next show, I want you to show up in a pair of trunks, boots and
Ooh.
trunks, and tell me how good you feel. Because I'm telling you, when you walk out in front of 300 to 500 people and your belly's hanging down and your stuff's all flabbing and they took a look at you like you a jabroni because you were wearing these big
Yeah.
baggy shorts,
Yeah.
you'll lose some weight.
That does a little something to you.
He
Yeah.
wore it. He showed up the next show, went out there, they laughed at him. He dropped about I think right now it's like 58 pounds.
And how long?
It took him like 6 months, but he worked really hard. He's a lean 200. He looks really good. He's about as stiff as that Mr. Anderson cat. You know.
Is he stiff?
I heard he's stiff. Yeah, he's real stiff.
Yeah.
But wasn't too bad this time. But no, he's a good kid. He's at Dustin Tar. Give him credit because not a lot of people, people say, oh, I want to be a wrestler, but nobody wants to get in shape. No one wants to learn how to work. These same people are just gonna show up one day and be like, hey, someone told me, I'm not gonna tell you who. It took me 9 years to get in the business, and I'm good. But
nice.
It was some words. I mean,
not 9 years to get in the business. 9 years to make it to TV.
TV. My bad. I apologize.
Let me tell you, the last time I wore trunks, man, I was told by one of the commentators on WWE that I looked like somebody that just came out of a concentration camp.
It's because you got little legs, dog.
I think that was JBL. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that was a shot in the dark.
Appreciate that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Good weekends. I had a show Friday night in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Top of the world wrestling. That is a top-notch indie. That's a top-notch wrestling federation, no matter what.
Really?
Man, the setup was professional. It was a great locker room, a lot of good times. Myself and Sylvain Grenier, he's the big over in Montreal. We took on Shelton Benjamin and Drew Onyx. Man, that was a good time. We had a really good time. And the very next day, I had to take a train, and I was talking to these guys about this earlier. I'd never taken a train in my entire life. I don't know if that's a big deal in North Carolina or not. I don't know. I don't really even see too many trains that are like Amtrak. I was always at those trains with like brakes and wood and shit on them, I guess.
Oh.
And hobos. But man, I took my first like Amtrak train, man. That was cool as hell.
Yeah.
I want to do that shit.
I've
again.
heard it was, man.
I want to do that. I want to do that again.
Yeah.
And I went to I did an autograph signing, and yeah, I forget where. So but it was great. It was great. I had a good time. It was in Omega Sports. It was in a mall. It's on my website. It's still up there, GregoryHelms.com. Everybody goes there. Go to that mall. That's in that area, and check out that store. It's Omega Sports. They sell like sports memorabilia. They got all kind of stuff like like pictures of famous athletes and stuff. And of course now I'm in there. But the guy that ran the show is a real cool cat, man. He took care of me. And after that, we go out in Albany, New York, and Albany is a happening town.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna tell you, Albany is badass. We went out there, man. We had a real good time. Watched UFC, and we talked about this last week. How I had a bad feeling that Crow Cop was gonna lose, and he did, and there was for the women out there that don't understand how men deal with sports. There has been psychological studies, and you guys know this. Like for a man, like when his sports team's winning, he's on top of the world. He does everything better. He works better. He plays better. He does everything better. And when his teams lose, especially if it's somebody that you really like, man, it's so depressing. And I'm sitting there watching this fight, and I actually put this. I think I put it on Twitter. I don't know if I did. I know I put it on my Facebook. But this girl comes up talking to me, and she's like, she says something, and I just look at her, and I didn't even understand what she said. And then she asked me another question, and in perfect English, I told her, I go, I don't speak English.
I remember you did tweet this.
And she goes, okay, and she just walks away.
You did.
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't
speak that.
I didn't say it like I was Ivan Drago. I just go, I don't speak English.
Yeah.
Perfect English. And she
Nice.
just keeps on walking.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there watching this fight. But so you didn't get to see the show because you were sick.
Yeah, I was a little sick, man.
Just leave it at sick.
Yeah,
you get to see it.
Leave it at sick.
Okay, well, see, these are my co-hosts here on the Fighting Geek, who we're supposed to talk about MMA and boxing, and they didn't watch the show at all. So,
I was sick.
We're
I had
gonna leave
a problem.
this. We're gonna leave. All right, we're gonna go. Luckily, UFC actually has a website, UFC.com.
Go figure.
But yeah, man, that Crow Cop is absolutely, man, that's tearing me up. It's like for boxing fans out there, those of you that are still alive, when you were seeing Tyson at the end of his career, or for me seeing Holyfield at the end, like when you see somebody that you know used to be just a monster and they used to be good and they used to be great, and now they just don't have it anymore, and it just, man, it pardon my language. I mean, last week we let the f bombs fly. I think there was a
Yeah.
counted 9,700.
Yeah,
But
Nice.
it was bad.
Nice.
but
We
I,
said that.
All Marty's
no,
too, man. They were all
but
Marty's.
yeah, all you.
Hey, I don't
But
cuss. I just like to say F a lot.
but
You know what I mean?
man, it
You know
fucking
what I mean?
killed me to watch that fight. Cause
Yeah.
the best high kick in the history of the business. You know how many he threw?
Two.
None.
None.
Oh,
That's
not
what I was
even
about to tell you.
one.
None.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, you're way
Hers was
bigger
the
fan
worst
than me,
fight
but I
in
would
the
at least.
history of
I thought
UFC.
you were gonna be
Oh,
like.
dude, and like Mir's such an asshole, man. Like listening to him talk, like when he analyzes other fights. Nah, I mean serious.
Yeah.
People call me an asshole,
So's
and
David,
sometimes
but we
they're
like
right.
him.
But
We get along with him.
listening to him analyze fight, he's
Good boy.
very intellectual on what he knows. He knows a lot of stuff, but he's still just such a prick, man. And
Yeah.
he's going to go out there. He said all these millions of things he's going to do to Crow Cop. He didn't do jack squat. Like for the whole first two rounds with just nothing on both fighters too. And like Crow Cop took the fight on short notice. He wasn't even supposed to be in the fight, so he took the fight on short notice. This guy's old. He knows he's on the tail end of his career. Still takes his fight on short notice, but he's out there trying to do his thing. And Mir's just stinking up. They both actually were stinking it up. And then like Crow Cop actually tries to turn up the heat at the end, at least do something, and gets caught with a knee.
That was it.
No such to me. There's no such thing as a lucky punch, a lucky strike. I know people like to use that shit. It ain't like he accidentally threw that knee. He meant to throw the knee. It was fortuitous, and it landed. Crow Cop went home. But it killed me because I just felt it coming. I just hated
Yeah.
it. Totally
Yeah.
hated it.
You mind backing up and telling me what fortuitous means, man? Come on, man.
Get out your dictionary.
Uh,
Fortuitous does kind of mean lucky, but
yeah.
not like when people say, "Oh man, he hit him with a lucky punch," and I'm like, I hate that because ain't like somebody trips and he accidentally throw a punch. Like when Rampage knocked out Liddell, he wasn't even looking. He had his eyes closed. But
Mhm.
he threw a punch. But he didn't accidentally throw it. He meant to throw it. He meant
Yeah.
to hit him in the face. It hit him in the face and it knocked Chuck the fuck out.
Yeah.
There ain't no such thing as a lucky punch. There are some
No, you're
punches
right.
that have, maybe the stars were aligned just right and they land right at home. But damn, I hated that fight. I wish I could go back. And then my Redskins get their ass kicked by a team
Yeah.
they should have beat.
Yeah.
That's got to be like Shannon
The
trying to play a joke.
What is
the
it?
Dolphins.
You
Yeah.
mean me?
Yeah.
Huh?
He's got his look. It's right here. Saying, look on this one. Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's
to,
got
to be me, maybe Shannon Moore for
Yeah.
those in the chat room.
Yeah.
We do have a live chat going on.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the word of the day? Locked. Isn't that what it is?
Blizzock. No, I hope it is Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore is one of my best friends. I like that boy.
Little punk.
I wish I could
Oh.
get a kick pad though. Shannon Moore, can you
Yeah.
put the word in
Trying to
for me?
get one in for about
Hey, wait a
12
minute. I'm
years
sorry, but I know for a fact that you will not get a kickback because it is written in the Twitter album that Ann Jules brand has been working almost 150 hours on new gear for somebody.
now.
Anonymously. Like, she didn't say for who, but I
Who?
heard it from the grapevine. It's not you.
I'm sure it's not me.
Yeah, no.
So,
no.
I'll give you a hint.
I think Shannon's got. Shannon's got. My partner Shannon Moore. His lovely wife is a seamstress for the WWE.
The greatest seamstress.
Yeah, and she's just incredible. Shannon Moore has more pair of tights than he's actually had matches.
Yeah. Nice.
I think,
It's great tight.
and actually in between matches he changes tights, like in the midway mark. Nobody has more tights than this guy. Shannon, you don't need any more fucking tights. Let her go. Let her help her brother out. Kick pads. That's all I need.
All I need, man.
Dude,
Two kick pads.
Just
and
one.
man.
Zach Gowen can have the other one. Just give me one.
Oh.
Zach Ryder can have another one.
Who?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice, man.
So anyway.
You heard
But
this
no,
guy's feelings, man.
I
You know
mean,
that.
it's pretty bad when you're at dinner and Julie goes, "Man, wait till you see these new tights, Chemo." I mean, I'm really proud of them, and I'm sitting there going, "I've never seen you even give something bad remotely." And she's like, "No, I think these are the best tights I've ever made for Matt." And that lasted like 3 weeks, and she made another pair. And I'm just like, most people
Nice.
were, pants for at least, 2, 3 months maybe.
Yeah.
Shannon goes like 6 shows.
Nah. I'm
Six
saying
shows.
one show, man. I'm saying one show. That's it. Throws them away.
I don't even think he does one. Like I said, I think he changes in halfway between a match. Like
Yeah.
when they go to a commercial break, Shannon runs to the back, changes into some new shit, comes